Okay, so I'm not even sure how this will work or how I'm going to be able to see messages. So I'm trying live for the first time, guys. So bear with me. I'm not sure if I can. I don't know. This is the first time, so I have no clue how this works and how I'm going to see if people are actually with me. So let me see. Show live. Okay, show. So I'm just playing with this, guys, because I'm not sure how this works. Hi, Trinidad Moreno. Okay, so I should put my glasses on so I can see who might be here. So this is brand new for me, guys, and I am off on a snow day today. So I thought it would be fun to try figuring out live, finally. Hi. So I guess I'll see who may pop in. I'm going to, hi Suzanne. I finally figured out live. Can you believe it? So what I'm gonna hopefully do is chat about some topics that have kind of come across a lot of my videos that I subscribe. Hello, Trinidad. Because there's a lot going on YouTube lately, and a lot of collectors that are really upset by some things happening, whether it's YouTube related, and we'll talk about that, and also how our hobby's being perceived in the media. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm still getting used to it. I didn't do anything with it today, so it's a little crazy, but all well. This is what you get. Hi, Dalma. Is that how you pronounce your name? I'm good. How are you? Bear with me, guys, because I am very new to this whole live chat and live stream. So I'll try to keep up. I'll try to read everybody's comments. I'm not even sure. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Cassandra. I'm not sure how many people I'll even get on because it's in the middle of a Friday. I just happened to be home today because we have like a huge, massive snowstorm in the Northeast. Hi, Jessica Zanella. So I'm home today. I normally would be working, but they closed our campus, and so nobody's working today, which is great. Thank you. Thank you, guys are very sweet. This whole live thing is very new to me, but I figured I had the time today, and there's so much going on in the community. This AU, I'm not sure what that means. But I just thought it was important to talk about some things. These outfits are so sweet. Showing here in the UK, snowing here. Oh yeah, it's apparently snowing everywhere. We're having like a late winter storm. Gotta love it. I'm really over the whole winter weather thing, and I'd really like to get on to spring sometime soon. But yeah, so I am enjoying the day off. If I don't have to leave and go out into the snow today, I'm absolutely fine with that. And so it gives me an opportunity to try to kind of catch up on some YouTube stuff, because I don't necessarily get a chance to watch things all week long because I'm very busy and I get home. Oh, you've got bronchitis, Suzanne? That stinks. I've had that once in my life. I hope I never get it again. It's pretty awful. But yeah, hopefully everybody else out there is having a great work day. It's probably why I won't catch a lot of people on this live, but I figure as long as I can get it down and I can figure out how it works and kind of get acquainted with it, then I'll be doing more. What is my name? My name is Kelly. So Kelly Girl is my channel name, but that is my actual name. Hi there. I'm not sure if I'm going to butcher your name. Komika? Hi there. But it is basically, my channel name is a nickname that I've had for a really, really long time. And it's actually my vanity plates for my license plates on my car, actually. So it's kind of funny. Someone dared me to do it once upon a time, and it kind of stuck. And so everybody knows me as Kelly Girl or K Girl. So it's kind of my well-known nickname. It's kind of funny. Thank you. Suzanne, I'm going to talk about the channels going down. Komika. Okay. Got it. So yeah, one of the things I'm going to talk about on my live stream today is what's happening. Hi, Trinity. And I want to talk about what's happening with the deleting of channels and the demonetizing of channels. I actually just put up a video and I have this 15-minute weird limit on my uploads, and it's probably a phone thing, a setting that I just haven't been able to figure out. So, and I apologize if there's barking in the background because there's snowplows that go by, so my dogs will bark. But there was more that I wanted to talk about, so I figured it's easier just to try the live, and hopefully we'll chat more about it. So here's what's going on that I know of. I watched Erica Jones' video the other night, and I know there's a lot of panic going on with people, the YouTube is deleting certain channels and not giving an actual explanation for it, which makes no sense to me. My take is on it, and I can only give you my experience based on what I've done with my channel and what they've demonetized with my channel, and there is no rhyme or reason. So the videos on my channel that they have demonetized and or not remonetized when I've requested a review have nothing to do with doll nudity. Majority of them are actual basic chats about things happening in my daily life. It's nothing controversial. One of the first ones that they demonetized and wouldn't remonetize was about swaddling, whether collectors like to swaddle their dolls or not. So that's when this kind of popped up, and I saw that it was an issue more and more, and it didn't make sense that it would be anything sensitive or strange. So I asked for a review, and that was literally a quick chat showing my baby doll swaddled. Hi, Miss Ramsey. Showing my baby doll swaddled in her little crib, and they still deemed it as not suitable for advertisers. I have no idea what was in it. So that one will never be monetized, even though there's nothing controversial. There's nothing weird even in the video that would make me think that, oh yeah, I can see why they would want to demonetize this. But what struck me as very interesting about what Erica was saying in her video is that they actually someone said that they hired college age interns to review videos. I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak Spanish. It is very random. Suzanne, you're right. Hi, Melissa. Yeah. Okay. So hi, Melissa. So what I don't understand is that my videos are very non-controversial. My channel is non-controversial, and so what I did is I actually reached out to YouTube, which, trust me, reaching out to YouTube is very, very difficult. Trying to find a live person to actually reach out to and talk to about what's happening is like near impossible. They make it very difficult to find even where you can reach out to somebody that's not just going to like a blank mailbox that nobody responds to. So what I did was I actually contacted the YouTube creators that reached out to me recently. Oh my goodness, thank you. You're very sweet, Dalma. So I reached out to them, and I actually I composed a big long email very specific to, here's what my channel is about. Here are a few of the videos that have been demonetized. Please review them and look through them and help me understand what it is that is flagging the video so that I can fix whatever the issue is, or I can remove the information that's flagging it. And I did get a response, but it was a ridiculous response because they basically said, I don't know. I don't know. We don't see anything that's wrong with it, but obviously something is in the decrypting or encrypting something or other, and something is flagging it, and the YouTube community is not liking it. So it was the most lame answer you could have actually ever gotten from YouTube, because even when I specifically went through all the things, I'm like, I follow the guidelines, I've read the guidelines, I understand what it is that the guidelines say, but you're not being specific enough so that I can fix whatever the issue is with my videos. Hi, Jackie. So that's where it gets a little weird, because I don't quite understand. If they can't tell me, how am I going to fix it? How is anybody supposed to fix it? Right, exactly, Suzanne. It's the most aggravating thing. And for me, I'm a person that wants to fix things. So if something in my videos is making people or making YouTube think that my channel's not suitable or my videos aren't suitable, I want to, I don't see anything while your channels, I watch your channels. I'm not sure what that means. But I want to fix whatever the issue is so that I'm, one, not getting any strikes, two, so I can remonetize my videos. And I don't know how to do that. And so none of it makes any sense to me. So it's more than random. I think that if they have college students, here's my issue with that. If YouTube is hiring college-age interns to review our videos, one, our hobby isn't the most well-loved and understood type of hobby out there. So young brains are going to be very judgmental, I think. Knowing my own college-age daughters, I think that you're getting into some really muddy waters there, asking a young brain to review our videos to deem whether they're actually appropriate. It makes no sense to me. I would never hire a college age anybody to make a determination of something of that nature. I think it's kind of crazy. Hi, Melissa. It says that was supposed to be wrong. I don't know what that means. But that's my issue with it. So it really strikes me as very odd that they would hire young people to potentially determine whether or not our videos are appropriate. That to me is just kind of a little nuts, in my opinion. Exactly. You're right, Suzanne. They don't understand us. They find it odd. So majority of our videos are going to come across as inappropriate to a teenager or even a young 20-year-old. My daughters have grown up around me collecting dolls. So to them, it's very normal. You're a big fan from Nepal, Dalma. Thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy the channel. But yeah, so that's my big issue. I don't understand it. I'll never understand it. I think that it's random, and I don't understand how they can just delete someone's channel without giving a determination or a reasoning behind it. I mean, usually you have to have like strikes against you. You have to have something that's really inappropriate. Hi, Miss Gym Junkie. Oh, okay. She didn't. Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying. She doesn't see anything wrong with my channel. Sorry. As these pop up, I'm trying to read them. So when I stop mid-sentence of talking, that's why, if you're wondering, you guys, because it's on my phone and it's very small. So I'm like leaning in just to see it. So sorry for the big old close-up view of me. But yeah, I don't think YouTube really has a handle on what it is they're doing, and I'm still confused. Hi, Miss Gym Junkie. So yeah, I guess that's where I'm at with it. I don't get it. I wish someone would tell me what it is I'm doing wrong. Hi, Dawn's World of Babies. Sue Drinkwater appealed against it and they wouldn't let her have an explanation. That seems ridiculous. That doesn't even seem legal to me. I mean, I get that YouTube they own what we put up on their website, I guess. Do they own the content? I mean, is that how it works? I guess I didn't read all the fine print on YouTube and how our videos, I don't know, once they're uploaded, maybe they own them and they own all the rights to be able to do what they want with them, perhaps. But that to me doesn't seem right to me. Like, I mean, just looking at the basic legal rights of anything that we do, how can you just not give a determination? Obviously, they found something that they thought was a reason to take down the channel. I mean, I don't understand that. It baffles me. Trinity, you go to lessons from English. Oh, so you're learning English? Do I know about Nepal? What about it specifically? Suzanne, it doesn't seem right to me. Yeah, I know. I agree. And I think that's what perplexes us to no end. Hi, Maya. I think that's what really gets us all completely baffled, because I think as a community that we're doing this because we enjoy it. We want to fix whatever the issue is, and that's kind of natural for us to want to fix it. And if someone gives us an explanation to why they are getting, flagged. Yes, we're getting a huge snowstorm today. I'm having a snow day today, which is why I'm doing live, because I'm home for the day. But I think that the fact that they're not telling us, you're bombarded as well. Yeah, we're supposed to get up to like a couple of feet of snow by the end of the day, potentially. I'm hoping that's not the case. When I say snowstorm, it's a huge snowstorm. But yeah. How can we keep making videos when you just don't know how long your yeah, that is an issue. I guess I haven't really worried about it too much, about them actually taking my channel down, because ultimately if I stressed about it, it wouldn't probably be good for me mentally to sit and stress about whether or not they're going to take my channel down. I don't have any strikes against me. Does anybody know if any of those channels have had strikes against them that were removed? Yes, I agree, Dawn. We do need to have a reason why. We have the right to know why this is happening. And I mentioned in the video that you guys will see pop up probably prior, I uploaded it literally right before I started the live, is I actually was talking about the fact that my sister in your hair is similar. Oh, cool. In my other video, I basically talk about all of this, but so she didn't have any strikes against her. See, that to me just seems odd. Like, I would have thought like they have to something would have happened leading up to it. I mean, that would make sense. Like, so say, you had multiple strikes on your channel and they've given you forewarning to either, remove certain content or not, then that would make more sense to me. But randomly just picking a channel and going, oh, hi Maya, you're a bit late. The topic is what's going on with YouTube and deleting channels and or demonetizing our videos in a random weird way. And we're talking about the fact that I reached out to YouTube and actually asked them why, sent them videos that were demonetized and asked them to tell me specifically, and they didn't give me an answer. They told me they didn't know. So that's basically what we're talking about, is how can they just delete a channel? Because channels are just, there are channels happening where they just go on and their channel doesn't exist, which makes absolutely no sense to any of us. Yeah, exactly. That's why I came on and wanted to do the live, because there's been a lot of really big topics going on lately. Exactly. Suzanne, you're right. They should be emailing us. They should be giving us some sort of way to fix whatever the problem is. I think that's why we're all so upset about it. It's why everybody's up in arms, because you're like, okay, today I'm here, but tomorrow, who knows if my channel will even be in existence anymore. And because what we're making videos about is so harmless, it's so hard for anybody to understand why they would be like, oh, that's inappropriate. Oh, this is completely inappropriate and it's offensive. Erica Jones was talking about the fact that somebody had said that the reason why they're doing this whole review situation and really flagging and tagging videos is because of, I guess, child predators. And I get that pedophiles are out there, and I don't know how a company as big as YouTube would start reviewing our videos because of that. I mean, they're everywhere. That's a good question. I don't know if you can make that, because when I was watching Erica's video, I actually thought that. I'm like, well, if they took down my channel, I'm just gonna start a new one, because I see people doing it all the time. And I know that so a lot of you know of another one of baby Nadia. Her channel was deleted apparently. She has actually gone on, and I got a notification that she has now since created a new channel under a different name. And I got the email, so she sent me a message letting me know where to find her, and I can try to put that up maybe somewhere underneath this when it's done with the live. I can give you that information if you guys want to resub to her. There's a shower of complaints for you. Oh, thank you. That popped up very quickly and left, so I don't know if I caught the whole thing. So baby Nadia is actually, I've got my computer over here at the side, so if you wonder where I'm looking over here, I was going to see if I could see the comments better on my laptop, but I couldn't. So baby Nadia is back in the YouTube community so that she could make some more videos. I just want to see if I can pull up what her new video or her channel name is. I'm wondering if the who that's reviewing videos just don't like our baby. That's what I was thinking, Dawn. That is actually what my point was, to saying that if an 18-year-old is reviewing, or a 19-year-old. So when I think of like college age, I'm thinking like anywhere from like 17 years old on up to, could be in their 20s. But those are people that are very not open to things. They're going to be really judgmental. Of course, if they see adult women playing with dolls and role playing, they're going to probably be like, whoa, that's totally inappropriate. I mean, I don't know if they're given like, here's the list of stuff we want you to look for. But based on what they're demonetizing on mine, ciao, it doesn't make any sense, because it's so random, which is why we're all so baffled by this. Because if it were one specific type of video straight through that they were demonetizing, frankly, that would make more sense to me. But the fact that it's so random, and it's not even like my, bye Trinity, the fact that they're demonetizing videos that don't make any sense. My videos that they aren't actually flagging are the details videos. So everybody's worried about like the doll nudity. Right. And they don't understand that it's a hobby. But like the videos that I would have thought that would have been a problem on my channel are the ones that they're not flagging. There's no flagging of like my details videos where there is actually full body details, including their little private parts, including the little behind. Like all of those videos weren't flagged at all on my channel, which is why I was so completely disturbed by the whole thing, because the ones that they did take down or demonetize, they didn't take them down. The ones that they did that were just chit chat videos that they didn't mention like baby in the title, because I know that was mentioned as well. So none of that makes any sense to me. None of this makes sense. So that's why I think it's completely random. I think that it's totally random. Maya, no, I'm not an artist. I'm just a simple collector. I wish I was talented enough to be able to create these babies. They're amazing works of art. I think that's why we love them so much, is because they really are so lifelike, and that's what draws us to them. That's why we bond with them, which is also something that a non-collector, doll collector, would never understand. They would never be able to comprehend what it is about these dolls that even attract us. So maybe in a young mind, they're thinking that what it is we're doing is inappropriate, which once again leads me back to the statement that I don't think any young mind should be the ones reviewing this. But my guess is if they're interns, they're not getting paid much, and so they're just finding bodies, warm bodies, to be like, okay, review these channels. If you see this, this, and this, we want them to be demonetized. And, you know, the one video that I made the most revenue on, which Lucy is made by Claire Taylor. So the one video that I have had the most revenue on is, the title of it is Live Birth at the Rose Doll Show. And it's basically a pretend cesarean birth for Julie Malloy's table that she had set up. Yes, I think it is about our hobby being targeted as well. I agree with you, Suzanne. But that video was demonetized back in November, and it has over 12 million views, remind you. And so I requested a review back in November, and they said that I would be reviewed. Fine. Never heard anything. They said it has to wait till it has 1,000 views. Well, that is clearly definitely gone above and beyond that. And for how many months now, I have not heard a thing. It's now March. And still, my videos that have like a few hundred views have been reviewed and remonetized. So I don't know whether it's a financial thing that they don't want to pay out. I have no idea. I can't figure it out. So none of it makes sense. So that's kind of my take on that, guys. I'm frustrated about it. I don't know if I don't really know if there's anything I can do about it. I do want to reach out to Stephanie because I know she had an issue with her channel, and she had a strike put on her channel, and then I believe I heard that you had it removed and you're like free again to monetize and do all of that. But I'm curious how she was able to contact and talk to YouTube and actually get a response or get them to re-review things and, you know, remonetize things for her, because I don't know how to get them to actually have a conversation with me where it's not so random and where I feel like they're just brushing me off. Thank you, Suzanne. I'm glad you think I see things clearly. In my brain, I see things clearly as well, but it's just my take on things. You know, I've been in the doll world. I've been collecting for a really, 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 really long time. And I've seen a lot of changes. I've seen people come and go in the collecting world and in our hobby. But I've also seen how things have changed both for the good and the bad. And so moving on to the next topic I wanted to talk about was, I know that there's been a lot of discussion. That's okay if you don't speak English. Sorry that I don't speak Spanish. I wish I could to explain things better. But the other topic that everybody has been talking about a lot is how the media is depicting our hobby. And it's about putting that, you know, I guess putting us all in that box of needing to have a therapy doll or a therapy doll collector. Bye, Trinity. And I found that to be really interesting as well because I've been a collector for, oh my gosh, many moons, you guys. I've been collecting dolls like literally my whole life. Like since I was a child, I always had some sort of collection of dolls, whether it be China dolls, porcelain dolls, cloth dolls, things of that nature. I've always collected like Cabbage Patch Kids. I've collected it all, seems like. And when I got into the realistic doll collecting, there were so few collectors. I only knew people through Doll Fan Forum, and it was a very small group of mostly women, I believe, to my knowledge, that I knew a lot of them, and I knew all the artists because there were so few of us. But then the My Fake Baby documentary came out years later, and I think that's what really helped blow up our doll community. So many people started hearing about it more because that video, that documentary was on YouTube. It was literally, people were posting it everywhere. I think it was initially broadcast on BBC channel. And when I stumbled upon it, I was like, oh my gosh. I didn't care how creepy they made the people look. I really didn't care that they made the older woman that missed her grandson look so sad. I was just glad that we finally got, wow, our hobby is out there and like mainstream. So I viewed it as it wasn't a bad thing in the sense that, see, Suzanne, that's how a lot of people heard about it. I'd been collecting for forever, but I was just glad that it was putting it out there because nobody knew I collected reborn dolls at the time. That was just not something you shared. And so I was just glad to have it out there. And I figured like, okay, now people will hear about us. We won't seem so weird. And I think it's just like a slow moving process to kind of desensitize the non-doll collecting people of the world, because people that had never heard about it thought, oh my gosh, why would anybody want to collect these dolls? It's so weird. But to me, I was like, woohoo! People are going to be less annoyed by us or less creeped out by us, and it won't seem so strange, you know? And I think that's kind of how I keep looking at it, even though you still see documentaries come up that always find some way to make us look very strange and needy, and oh my gosh, they had a loss. That must be why they collect dolls and need these therapy dolls. So it is annoying that they want to put us all into that category, because I don't have dolls for the reason of having to need a therapy doll. I collect dolls because I adore them. I've always loved babies. They remind me of a living baby. My children are grown, and I want to be able to enjoy that again. It reminds me of their little babyhood. So, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong. I know. It's so funny. I don't really worry about it. I guess as I get older, I care less and less what other people think of my doll collecting. I think that's what it is. I think when I was younger, I worried a lot about, oh my gosh, someone's going to find out and they're going to pass judgment. And, you know, even though I work with a very prestigious group of people in my job, in my career, the older I get, I'm kind of like, so what's the worst that's going to happen? They can't fire me. They can kind of ask me questions, but I also find it, maybe this is a good opportunity for us to educate people. So people that don't understand why we collect, I think there's nothing wrong with maybe explaining why it is we collect and what it is about it. Hi again, Maya. So to me, I think that we have to continue to kind of educate. I honestly feel like the more things that come out about our doll collecting world, the less we're going to be deemed as creepy. I think that, you know, more and more, like, I know Stephanie went on to a talk show and she did a fantastic job of depicting what it is about these dolls from an artist point of view and also from a collecting point of view. And I think that's important, because I think as we mature as collectors, I think that we, you know, if someone reaches out to us and wants to interview us about our hobby, I think that being well spoken about it and really putting it out there why we collect, and that we are normal, down to earth people. I'm a normal functioning human being. You guys only see me in videos, but I can assure you yeah, I think that it depends on who you're talking to, who thinks that we might be a little crazy. But, you know, people that know me in my normal outside of YouTube world and doll collecting world, well, they know that I'm a stable, hardworking, normal individual who has a normal life outside of collecting dolls. It's just a tiny, tiny fraction of who I am as a person. The rest of my days is I'm working. Hi, Captive Hearts. I work every day. I make good money. I have a nice home. I have a nice family. I mean, there's a lot more to us than the fact that we collect dolls. And I think that once people hear about the fact that, oh, they're a doll collector, they collect those weird looking realistic dolls, they instantly kind of go to, oh, there's something wrong with them. And I think that's because people don't understand us. They don't get it. They don't, but I will say this. Over time, I have become more open about sharing my dolls with people, whether it be friends, my other half's friends. I'll actually take the time to bring them into the nursery, which they're a little wowed that I actually have a nursery set up in my house for dolls. But hey, when I have grandbabies someday, I'm going to be very well equipped. But I will bring them in and I'll actually show them and explain to them the art behind this, the hours that it takes to actually create these amazing works of art. And once you actually open up someone's mind to that and they see it from that perspective, I find that it helps. It has helped tremendously, because then they're suddenly like, wow, you're right. You know, this is so lifelike. High-end art. It does definitely. I think it's easier for artists to get away with, you know, people not being judgmental. I honestly think that if I were an artist, I'd be like, oh yeah, no big deal. I make these. See? It is depends on the people. I think that it depends on the person and how open-minded they are. And I think with anything with the general public is you're going to run the gamut of like people that are open-minded that will eventually go, wow, that is pretty cool. Or people that are just, no matter how much you try to convince them, they're going to think it's creepy and weird. I think that's with anything. I think it's with any type of collecting. Exactly. And it's all based on your perspective of it too. Or words could be seen as creepy because of realism, but throughout the eyes of artists. Yes, I agree. All artwork is subjective. Sorry, my battery's running low already. It's so odd. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay on live, guys, because my battery's running low. But I'll be back now that I know how to do live. But honestly, I think that really it boils down to beauty is in the eye of the beholder. All art is subjective, and dolls are no different. That's why we all love different babies and types of dolls and different expressions and things like that. I think that that's really what it's about. And I think that if you stumble across somebody, which one? This one or this one? Oh, good. I'm glad you agree, Maya. Okay, Suzanne, which one is it? This one or this one? Yes, they do seem to get it a lot more when you explain to them what it's about, because not that there's anything wrong with someone who wants to buy a doll for therapy. This one, Suzanne, that one is a Chaka D romper. You will see Lucy in it as soon as the weather warms up. It has a cute matching pair of booties that goes with it too. But yeah, I think that it's just, I don't know. You can't please them all. And, you know, you're always going to find that one nutty person in, like, the reborn world that makes us all look a little crazy. And to some extent, I think that in ways I am a little crazy about the hobby. I'm very passionate about it. I feel very strongly about it, and I won't let anybody tell me that I can't enjoy them, or, you know, I'm very defensive about my hobby because I think it's important to be able to enjoy things in life. So I guess in that sense, I think we all can be a little crazy and a little over the top about our hobby, but that's what's so great about it. It's the one way we can really just kind of lose ourselves in, you know, outside of our normal world of normal living, you know, and we create nurseries for our dolls. We buy very high-end clothes for our dolls. Not everybody does, but I do, and that in many in many aspects seems over the top. So that's where I get why we are kind of viewed as being a little out there, but I like that we're out there. You know, I'm out there with all of you guys, and that's what makes it so much fun. I think that it's great. It's why we all bond, because we get one another. We totally get each other, you know, so that's also why, you know, God forbid, I don't want my channel to ever go anywhere, you know. I love my dolls too. You know, I'm very bonded, and that's very odd to say that to some people that aren't, you know, especially people that are not in the doll world. They don't understand, like, I am bonded to Lucy. Lucy is like my little love bug. There's no way I came across an article of a person saying that you can't make... Oh, okay, that's interesting too. But I'm very, very bonded to the dolls that I keep in my collection. That's why I don't keep many. I have to love them for them to stick around for very long. And there is like a sense of a loss if you part with a doll that you really felt really strongly about. So if you run into, like, I mean, everybody runs into financial situations where you have to part with some dolls and let some dolls go, because our family life is, of course, it always comes first. Always, always, always. No matter what, my family will always come first. So ultimately, I've had to part with some dolls just because I needed the money. And I have missed certain dolls. Like, I can't believe I even let that little Lucy go. Oh, that's great that they understand. My parents understood as well, because they knew growing up as a child, I was always attached to baby dolls. I always, you know, did not come as a surprise. See, me too, Suzanne. Lucy's a repeat offender. How many dolls have you seen come back and forth in my collection? Way too many. you know, from this small child, I was always really with dolls and loved dolls, and my parents knew that. So my siblings also know that. So none of this is a surprise as an adult. I'm a doll collector. They don't care. They're like, okay, it is what it is. It's Kelly. But honestly, I have stupidly passed on dolls thinking, oh, I'm not going to miss them. And then literally you don't stop thinking about them at all. Like, seriously, if you can't stop thinking about a doll months after you sold the doll, maybe it's time to try to find the doll and bring the doll back, because, you know, the ultimate goal is to find the ultimate realism, and that's kind of why you let dolls go. Usually I sell one to bring one home, and I figure, oh, I'm going to love that new doll. It's amazing. It's going to be the best doll ever. And guess what? You get the new doll and you're like, this is not, what did I do? You have that sense of regret. Like, that for me was letting Lucy go. Aw. I feel sad, Suzanne, that you didn't have dolls as a child. I literally had dolls everywhere as a child. Like, you know, it was kind of a thing. My whole family would buy me new dolls every year. It was just, I was a baby person. Anything that depicted a baby doll or a baby, and back then it's like you find something realistic, they didn't exist. I mean, they were cute, but nothing lifelike. And so when I stumbled upon like these reborns and lifelike looking dolls, I was like, instantly attracted. Like, I have to have one. And even back then when I started collecting, like, they were not what we call reborns now. Like, I think I've showed in past videos, like my first reborn I bought. Yeah, I was very lucky. Hi, Tina. Hi, bestie. Mwah, mwah. I'm glad you found the live. Yeah, so I honestly, I went gaga over these dolls, and my first reborn, I still have my first reborn, and it's kind of like ugly and very not reborn like. Sorry for the barking in the background, guys. Like I said, the plow trucks keep going by. Honestly, I think it's so funny how far like this hobby has come with the amazing realism. Like, it's amazing to me. It's mind blowing. So I feel really, I kind of every once in a while just pull out my first reborn and compare, because it's like, okay, this is what we started with. And when I first saw this, I was like, wow, I can't believe I found something so cute and cool. And gosh, I can't imagine being new to the hobby right now, how overwhelmingly, like, I would be so overwhelmed I wouldn't even know where to start, which is probably where a lot of collectors are, why they seek out YouTube channels and things like that for information, because they don't know where to start. It's got to be completely overwhelming to them to try to figure out, you know, I want a doll. I see all these amazing dolls. I don't know anything about them. Where do I start? Who are the artists? Who's good to buy from? And I think that's also where people run into trouble, because they're buying things that they don't know anything about, which is why I do try to talk about like good artists, good things to do when you're looking for a new doll, if you're new to the collecting community, things like that, and where to go to find things and find information. Uh-oh, am I having a connection problem? Can you guys still hear me? Thank you, Tina. Okay, you guys can, okay, so it's not, okay. Cool. My battery is running low, so if it gets cut off, guys, I promise I'll recharge and come back maybe later. Yeah, I would love to show you my first reborn. I'll actually do that in my next live maybe. Okay, cool. So where do I find my babies? Majority of where I find my dolls is always going to be probably through Doll Fan. It's the first forum I ever joined as a doll collector. I always recommend, so here's the thing, like when you're getting ready to buy a doll, your first doll, or any doll, yes, Tina, it is how we first met. It's amazing. If you lose your channel, make a new one and post it on Doll Fan. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. My battery's now down at 10%. So if this goes off, I'm going to try to end it quickly here though, so I don't get cut off, because I will come back and come live. I'm going to try to do it a little bit later, and I just need to charge my battery, because there's so much I want to talk to you guys about. It's so fun to do live. I was kind of scared to do it, but now I'm kind of like, woohoo. But I can talk about that in another live chat, is where to go to buy dolls and where the safe places are. I plan on doing that for you guys. Thank you, Maya. I appreciate that. But I think Doll Fan is probably always going to be one of my first go-tos because I know so many people. Thank you, Suzanne. I enjoyed chatting with you too. I look forward to future chats. But I can definitely talk about that more in another live. I'm just glad I actually achieved getting on live finally, guys. So I'm going to try to do another one. So I'm going to try to wrap it up because I've been kind of all over talking about all sorts of stuff because I feel like I have so much to talk about with you guys. You're like my people. So, oh my gosh, you're so funny. But I will do a lot of different chats so that you guys can ask me questions if that's what you'd like to do. I know a lot of times it's hard in videos posted because I don't have the time to necessarily answer everybody's questions, and I miss a lot because they don't always come to my email. So what I'll do is I'm going to wrap it up here. We're at 46 minutes. Holy cow, it flies. Hi! But I will come on and do another live. Hopefully you guys will get the notification, but I think how you get the notification is to click on the bell on my channel, and so that way anytime I go live, it'll alert you, it'll send an email. So now I have to figure out how to like, oh, I will come back later, definitely. Thank you, Don. Bye, Suzanne. Thank you for everybody that actually came on to see me live in my first live stream, guys. I'm going to try to figure out how to actually disconnect, but I hope to see you guys again very, very soon. I'm going to recharge my battery and I will be back and we'll do lots more chats. I know, I'm sorry I sold her. I loved her too. But I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. Yes, Tina, I will message you as soon as I'm off. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you all for attending and watching, and I'll be back. All right, guys. Bye.